All right, what's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna be doing a different type of trade recap video for you guys. It'll be a little bit of a market analysis as well as the quick trade I took, but um, here's what I want to tell you guys is that this market lately has been completely irrational, right? And so sometimes, to be honest with you, I feel, at times pressure because it is part of my role and responsibility to put out signals, but I only want to put out signals that I feel 100% confident in, that are A++ signals, right? And so let's just walk through the last couple days here, all right? On Thursday, we had a humongous $19 day, right? Then on Friday, we dropped $13 from the highs. Then the next day, we gapped up $6, retraced the whole move, and closed the day as a hammer, right? Just absolute crazy volatility. From the bottom here, $10. We had a gap up of $6, a $6 drop, back up $10. Then the next day, we gapped from 366 to 375. We had an $8.50 gap up. Then we basically retraced the whole thing and dropped $8, came back up to 372, right? When this is now today, right? We look at what happened. We bounced from 367 back up to 372, and then absolutely just fell off a cliff right here. Dropped $4 in about 12 minutes right here before retracing back to 371 and a half, and the after hours now we're up. So as you can see here, this is just crazy volatility. And listen, it's not easy for you. It's also not easy for me. And sometimes the best thing to do is just sit on your hands and sit in cash, because sometimes there's no point to take trades, right? Because even some of these trades, you just look at SPY, for example, right? How crazy volatile this is. Oftentimes, we want clean moves. This is not clean. This is crazy, a little chop, death, then retracing back up. Like, this is just not what you want to see. You want clean trend. And even look at what happened yesterday, right? Yesterday, we had that huge gap up and then basically went sideways the rest of the day. And you can get torn to shreds in here. And that's why yesterday, for example, I had those two trades that both stopped at break even. That was pretty much all I had for the day, right? And so, I just want to put a little public service announcement out to you guys that, there'll be days where I'm signaling 3 to 5 times a day and you won't even be able to keep up. But we have to get through the slow days to get to those days, right? We have to keep enough capital on hand by not entering stupid trades, right? So the point of this trade recap is to talk about not taking trades. The one trade I did take today was an ES. And why did I take it, right? Is because I had a level at 37. Where is it? I took the trade. Yep. I had a level here. I redid my levels, but I initially had a level at 37.37, which is, or 37.36.25, which is right in here. We basically came down, closed underneath it, immediately rocketed back up, and we took profit up in here. We got 6 points, and then eventually it actually went up 11 points, but I didn't trim because I wanted that 12-point trim, which would have triggered if we hit this 13 EMA here. Obviously, we were a point off there for that, which is a little unfortunate. But, nonetheless, we had a quick 6-point scalp. And so all I was looking for here was a bounce off of this level to retest as 8 EMA. Anything after that would have been gravy. If we did anything like that, that would have been gravy. But that's why after we took that trim, then we came back down here and, we just put our stop at break even before ultimately going lower. And as you can see, this is why it's so important to put your stop at break even after you take this trade. Because as you look, we were back out at 37.37, and then it dropped 30 points after that within the next 20 minutes, right? And so that kept me out of a lot of trouble there before eventually grinding back up, and then dropping, all this nonsense. But that was the one trade I did take today. And then I did take a trade in Upstart. It still could be valid. I took it off of this setup in here. I took it off a 2-minute buy setup in here around 25.77. Basically chopped around a little bit, and then we got caught in that death SPY drop. I did get next week contracts for this reason in case some crazy shit happened, and of course crazy shit did happen. So we'll see what happens. There's a super small position size like I mentioned for this, so we'll see what happens with this in the next couple of days. But I was ultimately aiming for above this 26.27 because above that we have big targets up in 27.6 and even towards 30 plus, which I don't have marked here. But, I just want to end this video by saying it's okay to do nothing. The point of day trading is to be flexible with what trades we take. And a lot of people get confused because they think as a day trader, you need to trade every day, which is not necessarily the case. I know some quote unquote day traders that take 2 to 3 trades a week and they make tens of thousands of dollars. It's about knowing exactly what setup you want to take. And when the setup doesn't present itself, it's your job to stay away from the chop, away from the garbage. So hopefully, at the very least, you guys get that out of this video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.